Hello everyone. In this video we'll be discussing about ending French verbs. In previous video we have already discussed about the French verbs, that how they are divided as regular and irregular verbs, and further as first group, second group and third group verbs. Ending verbs comes under regular verbs except for the one, and they are categorized as the first group verbs, and they follow the same pattern. But there are some exceptions that we'll be discussing in this video. If we talk about the conjugation of ending verbs in the present tense, it's very simple because there is a specific pattern that we need to memorize, and that will be applied for most of the ending verbs. With je, e is added. With tu, es. With il, e is added. With el, e is added. With nu, ons is added. With vu, ez is added. With il and l, ent is added. So this is the pattern that we need to learn, and that will be applied for all the verbs. Now, we call it ending verbs because the verbs are ending with the er. So what we need to do is we just have to remove the er of a particular noun, and then we have to add these endings in accordance with the subject pronouns. So it becomes easier for us to learn and memorize the ending verbs. Now this is an ending verb which is a regular verb and which is conjugated in a same manner as we conjugated all the regular verbs. Regarder. Regarder means to watch or to look. So here we will remove the er, and then we'll be left with the regard. Regard is the stem. So we will be using the stem with all the subject pronouns, and then we'll be adding all the endings. For example, with je, we add e. So here with je, we'll write the stem and then we'll add e. Je regarde, I watch. Tu regardes, you watch. Il regarde, he watches. Elle regarde, she watches. Nous regardons, we watch. Vous regardez, you watch. Il regarde, they watch. Elle regarde, they watch. Another verb, the same conjugation, is aimer. Aimer means to like. It's a very important verb which is very commonly used in French. It is also used to show or depict your likes or dislikes in French. J'aime, I like. Tu aimes, you like. Il aime, he likes. Elle aime, she likes. Nous aimons, we like. Vous aimez, you like. Ils aiment, they like. Elles aiment, they like. You can see that the same pattern is followed here as well. Another verb which follows the same pattern of conjugation is presumpte, which means to present. Je présente, I present. Tu présentes, you present. Il présente, he presents. Elle présente, she presents. Nous présentons, we present. Vous présentez, you present. Il présente, they present. Elle présente, they present. Here also we will remove the er, and then the stem we are left with will add all the endings. Demander. Demander means to ask or to demand. Here also we will remove the er, and then we are left with the demand. With demand we are going to add all the particular endings in accordance with the subject pronouns. Je demande, I demand. Tu demandes, you demand. Il demande, he demands. Elle demande, she demands. Nous demandons, we demand. Vous demandez, you demand. Il demande, they demand. Elle demande, they demand. So these are the verbs that follow the same conjugation pattern, and it's very easy to conjugate all these verbs. But there are some exceptions also. Technically, all the ER verbs are regular except for the one, that is aller, which means to go. But there are some verbs which ends with ER. There are some slight changes in the conjugation. So let's have a look at those verbs. There is a slight change in the conjugation of the verbs ending with CER, GER, YER, ELER. The conjugation is almost same. These verbs also follow the same pattern as the other ER regular verbs follow, but there is a slight change that you need to keep in mind while conjugating these verbs. Appeler. Appeler means to call. Here you can see that we have removed the ER and then or the stem as it is. We have added another L with all the subject pronouns except nu and vu. In nu and vu, it will take this form of the verb, but in others and in rest of the verbs, we have added an extra L to it. So this is the change, minor change that you need to keep in mind while conjugating appeler. J'appelle, I call. Tu appelles, you call. Il appelle, he calls. Elle appelle, she calls. Nous appelons, we call. Vous appelez, you call. So you need to keep in mind that with nous and vous, we'll take the same form, but in rest of the verbs, we'll have to add an extra L. Then there are some GER verbs. There are some changes that we need to make while conjugating nous form. And the reason is that the letter G, when the letter G is followed by E is a soft vowel, it is pronounced as je. But when the letter G is followed by O, it is pronounced as g. Therefore, to preserve the soft sound of G in front of vowels A, O, U, which are the hard vowels, E is placed with G. For example, mangeons. Now, manger means to eat. Here, as usual, we will remove the ER and then we are left with the stem mange. And then we'll use the stem with all the subject pronouns. And then we'll be adding all the endings that are in accordance with the subject pronouns that we are using. We'll add all these endings. See, E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT, ENT. But there is a slight change in new form that first we'll write the stem that is mange, then we'll add ONS. But in between we have added E. And the reason is that when G is followed by O, it gives you the sound of G because O is a hard vowel. So change the sound of G into J. We need to add E, which is a soft vowel after G, so that it will give you the sound of J as we have it in other forms also. So it will be je mange, I eat. Tu manges, you eat. Il mange, he eats. Elle mange, she eats. Nous mangeons, we eat. Vous mangez, you eat. Ils mangent, they eat. Elle mange, they eat. So E is added. If we had not added E here, it would have been pronounced as mongo. So it is important to add E here. So this is the only exception, that is new form, and the rest it will be the same as the other ER verbs. Other example is envoyer. Envoyer means to send. Now, as in English, sometimes when we make the plural, you can get an idea from that. We use IES, like copy, copies. So instead of Y, we write IES. So here also, when we'll conjugate, we'll remove the ER but instead of Y, we will replace it with IE. But in nu, vu form, it will take the same as the stem of the verb. It will take that form. So it would be conjugated as j'envoie, I send, tu envoies, you send, il envoie, he sends, elle envoie, she sends, nous envoyons, we send, vous envoyez, you send, ils envoient, they send, elles envoient, they send. Now, there is another exception, that is CER ending verbs. So, in this, we will follow the rule that we have discussed in the accent and orthographic signs, that is cedilla. When C is followed by hard vowels, then it will give you the sound of K. So, to make the sound soft, we use cedilla, so that it will give you the sound of S. When the letter C is followed by E, it is pronounced as S, but when the letter C is followed by O, it is pronounced as K. So, in order to preserve the sound, we use cedilla. For example, plaçons. Commencer. Commencer means to begin or to start. So, here you can see that conjugation is similar as of other ER ending verbs, but the only change is in the new form that we have added cedilla. Why? Because C here is followed by O, which is a hard vowel. So we need to put a cedilla to preserve the soft sound of C. Otherwise, it would have been pronounced as comanco. That would be different from other conjugations. So we have applied cedilla here. Rest of the endings are same. So it will be conjugated as je commence, I begin, tu commences, you begin, il commence, he begins, elle commence, she begins, nous commençons, we begin, vous commencez, you begin, il commence, they begin, elle commence, they begin. Another example is placer. To place or to put. Je place, I place, tu places, you place, il place, he places, elle place, she places, nous plaçons, we place, vous placez, you place, il place, they place, elle place, they place. So here we have again applied cedilla because C is followed by O. So to preserve the soft sound of Sir, we have applied cedilla. Rest of the endings are same. Endings are same actually. The only difference is that we have applied cedilla, and we have not applied cedilla in the other C's. Why? Because they are followed by E, which is a soft vowel, and whenever the C is followed by a soft vowel, it gives you the sound of S. We need to keep in our mind that when we are conjugating CR verbs and YER verbs and GER and LER verbs, that there are slight changes, not big changes, but the small ones that you need to keep in mind while conjugating these verbs. I hope now after watching this video, you'll have a clear idea about the conjugation of ER ending verbs. Thank you so much.